we will play with our video cameras in the Zoom. So you will need to stop the video or continue with the video or turn on and turn off your camera. But before that, I will share how I'm seeing you. In fact, I cannot share that. So what is the idea? Can you make your screen to see all the participants, like in the view mode? If you go to the right corner, in the top right corner, there is a view option, and then you have a different options there. In fact, you have a speaker option and the gallery option. So the idea is for this exercise to see all the participants in the gallery option. So it's going to be like this approximately. Just let me share. So you will need to see all the participants like that. Okay, I believe that. And what is the idea? You will have to turn off your cameras for all of you. And whenever I say something that is appropriate to you, I will give, for example, statement that I want something, I like something, I want to be somewhere. Just then turn your camera on, and whoever likes the same thing as me will see me in the gallery mode in the Zoom. Can we try now? So all of you turn or stop the video, only video, don't leave the meeting, I need you. So I will say that I'm a father of 2 daughters. If anyone has this same thing, they can share with, they can start the video again and they will see me. Great. So this was just an exercise to see how it's going. But yeah, I see some people that are parents of 2 daughters. Okay, maybe Era can continue.
I want to be a yoga teacher.
Anyone who wants to be a yoga teacher, then turn on the camera or start the video. We have some potential here with you. Okay, maybe Natalia can continue now. Natalia?
I like a sunny day. Okay, maybe Svetlana continued.
Я хочу, чтобы был мир на земле, постоянный, и чтобы там был всегда Афлатун.
Let's continue with Stefan then.
I live in Europe.
Okay, who wants to continue?
Хорошо, я продолжу. Я являюсь родителем 3 детьми.
Natasha has 3 children. She's a parent of 3 children.
Я люблю классическую музыку.
Jamila likes classical music.
Здорово, здорово, классно.
Great.
А я могу выбрать Луана?
Да, можете.
Да?
Luan, she chooses you
Luan.
to continue.
Okay, then
Luan,
I choose Itena and Rosetta because my turn was at the beginning. Okay, so Itena and Rosetta, one of you or both of you.
So we like to see happy people in the world.
Maybe we can ask for a volunteer because probably will be the last one. Okay, we have Maka as volunteer. Maka.
I want to go on holiday with my family somewhere.
Only word holiday is like engaging for all of us. So I need that I understand that you need maybe a break, and especially because this is the last day, the 5th day of our journey. And we hope that you find it interesting so far, but nevertheless, the last day is the most interesting day of our curriculum and of our training. So thank you. Thank you for being here with us for all of those days. We understand that you have other jobs and you have other obligation as well, and we have very dedicated parents that are still with us with their babies in the arms. So thank you for that as well. Today is the last day, and yeah, we have very exciting activities to conduct and some news to share with you at the end of the training. And let's continue. First one first. I will share the screen so you can see one question that I have at the beginning, And this question is about those people. This is not the question. We want to check how confident do you feel to implement the AFLA Youth Program in a scale from 1 to 5. So you can show your fingers from your head. So from the 5 is the most confident, the 1 is not confident. So for those 5 days, how confident do you feel to implement AFLA Youth Program? We are seeing some 5, some 4, some 3. Great. So we have a feedback, and we have in the chat Ardita 3.
For me, 5 will be when I did it for the first time.
Okay. So we will try today to show you a lot of we have these exercises to do, and probably we will do this change of the confidence from a 4 to 5, or from 3 to 4, or to 5. So I believe that, yeah, today we will have the opportunity to share the last part of our curriculum, but as well for you, this is maybe the chance to ask about something that you are not sure regarding to the AFLA Youth Curriculum. So today we are going to work in the resource toolkit, and this is the 4th book that we are showing to you for those 5 days. And this is the book. Resource toolkit is in general as a model. This is something that will make you more competent working and will help you working with the youth. So the general idea of this session now is to make you and to become more familiar with the overall structure and the purpose of the resource toolkit. And this toolkit is like a design to enhance lessons that are found across all domains of the AFLA Youth Curriculum, but also to support you as facilitators in your role to be like a guide or mentor for your participants. And this toolkit is designed and is very worked in details in order to offer very quality, tailored resources and guidelines for you to use in order to support your participants, of course, in their work journey. Today it's about this toolkit, so we are going to focus on the toolkit, and this toolkit is divided in 2 parts. And the first part is about the coach reference guide. This is the first part, and in this part is the part that you are going to work with me. And after the break, you will see the extension activity guide. So this is what is the structure of the resource tool. The coach reference guide, or the 4th part, it's serves as a very important resource manual, which will assist you in leading participants either for the employability or entrepreneurship tracks, and will assist them to make the choice that is more appropriate to your participants in the training or during the work in the school, for example. Coach reference guide and the session there are tailored for both employability and entrepreneurship track, and they are providing you with the best practices. So Aflatun Experts has done a huge research and employed a lot of experts from all over the world in order to see what are the best practices for you and for you to guide the young people who are part of this curriculum. I mentioned that later with Marta, you will focus on the extension activity guide. And for this part, I'm not gonna say a lot of, but yeah, you will have opportunity to continue with Marta at this part. In general, when you are seeing the first part, coach reference guide, the idea is to understand what the guide is about and how we can practice and reflect on those practices that are there. So what you can do to coaching your youth with the skills that they need, and to do that in the best way possible. If you open the book number 4, and the book number 4 is in the platform, you will see that for this first part, you have like 5 sessions, and those sessions are related to the specific book. The first session, employment or entrepreneurship. Then you have 2 sessions, 2A and 3A. They are like numbered like this. You have 2 sessions who are related to employability track. And then again, you have 2 additional sessions that are related to entrepreneurship track.
Luan, where?
Yes.
Oh, that's not from the book, the page you showed. That's a presentation, right?
Yeah, this is a presentation,
Oh, yeah.
and you can find the book. I will show you later that the book is uploaded in the platform. It is in the two places, but maybe the easiest way to find the book is to go in the resource section, and that is at the after the day 5, and you can find all the resources that are relevant for this training. I will show it later, but yes, you can find it there definitely. So we will go in the book and we will analyze all the lessons from the book very shortly, but just to introduce you with the general idea of this reference, coach reference guide, and later we will go to the specific lessons. So if we see the coaching session 1, this is a session that will guide you to choose their track, either to be focused on employability skills or entrepreneurship skills. And then this coaching session can be used in parallel or the final session of the book 1, choosing the track, if you remember. And this is this coaching session is applicable for all the youth in the program. So if you open this book number 4, you will see some, this is the coaching session 1 that I mentioned. So you will see some elements here. The first thing is that you have information that this session is applicable for both tracks here. And then, so you can implement for employability or entrepreneurship track. And then in the left side, you have this recommended time period. When is a more appropriate time to lead this coaching session? This is like a support session. And for example, for every session, you have where is a more the best time to implement this session. For concrete one, coaching session 1, you have this suggestion. So at the end of the book 1, when you are working for social and financial component. So this is how what is the structure and what are the recommendation. We will go later and we will analyze within the groups what are the session about, but this is just to introduce you what and how they are designed. I mentioned that we have additional 2 sessions, and the coaching session 2A and 3A are sessions to guide the further participants, the further skill sets developed during the course of the book 2. So coaching session 2A and 3A is about the book number 2, part employability skills. And you can find that in book number 4 and page 19 and 27. Don't bother now to record something or to write something, because I will share everything with you again in the chat when I'm going to give you the instruction how to continue later. Coaching session 2B and 3B are sessions who are linked to the entrepreneurship skills, and you can find those. Oh, I have made a mistake here. It's not those pages, so they are the different pages. But the idea is that coaching session 2A and 3A are for employability skills, 2B and 3B are for entrepreneurship skills. And the first session, entrepreneurship or employment, is for the book number 1 when you are working on the choosing the track part. I will stop here just to make sure that I'm seeing you and if you have any questions so far. Okay, this part is like me presenting to you, but just to introduce what we are going to work. And after that, you will have the chance to see the lessons and you will work in the group. So we will be creating 5 groups, and we will have probably 2 Russian-speaking groups, but the work within the group is not needed to have like a translation. So Nullifier is not necessary to be here as soon as you see the instructions. And instructions are very simple. You will have to open the book number 4 and to see these 5 sessions that I already mentioned to you. So group number 1 will have the session 1, employment and entrepreneurship, and so on. So the idea is to open the book, to see the session, and just to came back after like a 10 or 15 minutes with a short overview of your session, just to present what's in the session or how it's designed, what are the key elements in this session. And did you find those elements and the structure useful for you? And do you think that is the appropriate approach? So just a quick overview of the session, because when you are going to come back in the session, you will present your part, and your part is very new for the other participants who have been working in other groups. But nevertheless, all these sessions, somehow we have worked during our training. So we had the part for choosing the track, employment or entrepreneurship. We had some activities regarding to the job application search, interview preparation, evaluating our business idea and pitching our business plan. So yesterday we had that. So we had work on almost on everything, but now you can see the whole structure of the session. Is it clear so far? So we will have 5 groups. In every group, the first group will have first session, the second group, the second session, and so on. And again, I'm going to share the screen where you can find the book. So if you go to the platform, and I believe that you are all in the platform and you have done everything, pre-assignment, you have seen everything there. So it's good to go in the day number 5. So you can scroll down till the end and you can find this part here, in fact, resources, and you have After Youth books. If you open this part, you will see that you have book number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in both languages. And now we are working with the book number 4, After Youth Resource Toolkit. Okay. If you don't have any questions, so go to your room, see the specific lesson, and then come back with a short overview of your session. You will have like only a few minutes to present your part, and we will continue with other elements. Marta, are the groups created so far? Yeah, okay. So please join your groups, and if you don't know which is your session, me and Marta will come and will share with you again. Just look the session that is assigned to you. See you in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in 15 minutes, yeah. We are all back, and let's see what we have now. So we will continue with the presentations, and we will start from the group 1 to group 5. And please, everyone from who is presenting to be like to try to present their session in few minutes, and keep in mind that the others are not knowing about your session. So just keep our attention on, try to explain the key elements of your session, not to go deeply in the details, but just like a short overview of your session. And then later we will see why we are doing this. Okay, who is going to present from group number 1?
Так, значит, тема нашей сессии – это трудоустройство или предпринимательство. Тут само заглавие говорит о том, что мы должны помочь участникам выбрать направление трудоустройства или предпринимательства. Соответственно, цель этого занятия помочь подойти к выбору правильно, определиться с выбором. Материалы, которые здесь используются, это в первую очередь вступительное оценивание и тест на мотивацию. Значит, начинается сессия с того, что идет интеллектуальное понимание этих терминов. Значит, вообще, в идеале будет хорошо, если тренер познакомится с участником лично, то есть с каждым, чтобы понять, какие у них представления о трудоустройстве, о предпринимательстве, что они хотят, как им помочь с выбором. Поэтому желательно, чтобы тренер был знаком с каждым лично. Дальше идет вступительное оценивание, то есть каждый участник рассказывает о себе, говорит о текущей занятости, то есть где он работает, где учился или училась, что изучали и так далее. Дальше идет предпочтение в работе, то есть в какой работе он больше заинтересован, какая работа временная или постоянная нужна. Цели на будущее, то есть на ближайшие 5 лет, как участник представляет себе свою работу, свое будущее, уверен ли он в том, что в следующем году он может получить работу, какая карьера в его представлении, о чем он мечтает. И в конце, значит, проводится тест. Нет, до теста, значит, здесь у нас есть утверждения, которые касаются навыков. То есть тренер зачитывает утверждения, и каждый должен или согласиться, или не согласиться, или категорически не согласиться. И эти утверждения касаются навыков. Например, я умею выступать перед аудиторией, я могу найти разные решения проблемы и так далее. И в конце, значит, у нас идет тест на мотивацию. Здесь этот тест помогает определить лидерскую мотивацию. То есть каждый участник заполняет тест, и в конце анализируется тест. И по баллам, значит, у тренера есть возможность подвести участника к выбору и помочь ему определиться с выбором. Еще, вот как мне подсказала Светлана, в первой книге, вот в русской версии на странице 153-157 есть также информация про трудоустройство и предпринимательство. Если кто-то хочет поподробнее с этим ознакомиться, можно перейти на книгу первую. У меня все.
Thank you,
Okay.
Leah. Yeah.
Basically, their session was about employability and entrepreneurship. From the name, you can understand that it helps to deliver to the participants to choose the track. The objective is to help them to decide correctly. The materials used are motivational tests and then a survey. It begins with the understanding of the concepts of employability and entrepreneurship. And it would be better if the facilitator knew the participants individually, so it can help them to choose the right track. And it also starts with the introductory survey where the facilitator finds out what the participants' educational background, their work experience, if there was any. Then it goes into preferences, so what kind of a job they want, full-time, part-time, so on and so forth. Then they talk about their 5-year future plan for career-wise. So when would they like to get a job? What is their dream job, and so on. Also, they work on the skill set. So, for instance, the facilitator reads out certain statements, and the participants need to agree, disagree on the scale. And the statements can sound like, for instance, I can present in front of an audience, I can solve problems, so on and so forth. Then there's a motivation test that evaluates the leadership motivation of the participants, and by the end of this test, with the score that they get, trainers can help the participants to choose the right track. And also the book 1 on page 153, 157, there's also more detailed information about this session. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nilüfer.
No problem. I think I'm gonna also present for the second team right away, because they had some issues. Yeah, I'll just do it right away. So basically, the second team worked on the job search. It's a session 2A. It's related to employability. The structure is very well prepared. The outcome of that session is to have give the participants the ability to develop specific skills that they can use in real life. The objective is also to develop skills for job search, to learn how to write a good CV and a motivation letter. The materials are the templates of the CV that are given. There are also very specific elements of the CV, very many criteria. Also, there is given an evaluation criteria, which makes it easier for the facilitator to give feedback and for the participants to go back and fix and tailor their CV and motivational letter. It's a very good tool because it's literally ready to use in real life. So by the end of that session, they will be actually taking something that will help them. And once they create their CV or motivational letter once, they can already the skill is staying with them basically forever, and it's kind of like a closed cycle. So they have the criteria, they go back, they check if it's right, they fix it, and by the end of the session, they already have a portfolio that they can use in the job search. Time-wise, they say that not less than 90 minutes will be necessary for this session, and it will take some more time, of course, for to check in every individual CV and motivational letter for the facilitator. Yes, I think that's it.
Ardita?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Our session is about preparing for interviews. So we have to guide the participants how to prepare for the interview, and they starting from their behavior, the way they would have to dress, also the way they shake their hands, the voice, the tone of voice, and everything, body language. They also will have the chance to get a mock interview. So it's like a real interview. They will have to search a local job and prepare, since they have, in this point, they will have their CVs and their, like a base CV and also their motivation letter. They have to prepare for this specific interview. And also they will have the chance to practice in real, the interview. Then after this, there is self-evaluation, like, how to say, self-evaluation?
Assessment.
So they can evaluate their self for everything. This
Great.
is all.
Thank you.
Short, right?
Yeah, very clear. Thank you, Ardita. Okay, let's go with the group number 4.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hello.
It's me who will present the work of the group. I was happy to be part of a wonderful group. We had Eka, Sofia, Itena, and myself. So we talked about evaluating your business idea and preparing your business plan. So the whole session is about supporting participants in developing and evaluating their business plan. So first, one of the most important points is when they start thinking about evaluating good or bad business ideas, because of course there might be wonderful ideas, but they might harm the environment, or there might not be gender equality and other challenges or issues. So after evaluating the business idea, then they go through the SWOT analysis. So they might work in groups or find also other methods where they figure out which are the strengths, the capacities, the skills that participants have for the business idea, for developing a successful enterprise. They also think about the weaknesses. So what do they need? Which are the weak points and what do they need to improve in order to be successful? Besides that, it's the analyzing opportunities and threats, which is very important, because if threats are much bigger than opportunities, then they should be careful about the enterprise. After that, they go through the introduction of the 6 main components of the business plan, like we did yesterday. So they have the template, they have support material, They go through each and every component. So I don't know whether I need to mention all the components.
No, not
So
necessarily.
introduction, names, objectives, finance, and so on, so that they're prepared for it. Is the introduction at the very beginning, what's important there, what are some of the main points that they need to remember, objectives, and so on. Then in terms of methods, they might use brainstorming, case studies. Probably they might also invite an expert there who has got these experiences and the knowledge of good ideas, bad ideas, what they have to be prepared for and what they can expect. So I think this was also, I don't want to take more time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosetta. Excellent. Great. Yeah, okay. Let's continue with the last group. It's about pitching. Who want to present?
Hi, I'm Induni from Sri Lanka. So I'm from group 5. So today Stephen and Martha were there and Fulemo. I don't know whether I pronounced the names properly. Sorry if I mispronounced them. So our topic was pitching a business idea. And the objective was to summarize their business idea in their own words, create and present pitch of their business idea. Now, we had been discussing how to plan a business during with the last four presentations, and now it has come to pitching. So pitching means explaining our business idea to someone else that we need to get support, or our audience to whom that our produce or service is provided. So they have in this section it has introduced elevator methodology, elevator pitch. That means in short that if someone is on the elevator and before it reaches the end, we must be able to explain what is our business plan. So for that, there is a pathway how to make the pitch in a very effective way, that is high-fi pitch. So there are 5 steps on this. The first step is ask the participants, the planners must decide what they are going to do, what is the enterprise that they are going to have, start, explain, likewise, then who. They have to decide to whom, who will pay for its produce or service. That means to whom they are going to do the pitching. They have to understand the audience. Then they have to make them more interesting with a wow factor. That means we have to drag their attention and to our product, our presentation or produce. And then why we have selected this, and why this person selected as the pitching person. So we have to explain that we have to decide why we select that person for our pitching. We have to say how important our produce or our service is important to this person, why it is relevant to that person, likewise. Then the 5th point is that we need to ask at what time we are going to pitch this business idea to this person. So likewise, I think they have given tips for presenting an elevator pitch flip chart also in this unit. So they have to introduce with a charm and confidence way, and say it should be in very short and very explicit, descriptive, specific. So those are the main things that these ones have to consider when they are pitching business idea. I think it's clear enough.
Yeah, thank you, Induni. it was very nice presentation, and yeah, we had all the lesson almost in details presented here. So thank you for that as well. Okay, now that you have maybe the whole picture of those 5 sessions from the coach reference guide, what do you think? Did you find them useful in general? Not thinking only about your session that you were assigned to see, but in general, what do you think about these sessions? Do you find them useful? Do you think that they will help you?
Yeah, it's really wonderful. I think currently I am being in charge of Sri Lankan NAFLA Youth Club. So I am following this curriculum, but didn't have a training. I couldn't join the training for the Asia region because of my personal reasons. So that is why I joined this one. And I think now I can see this curriculum in more depth and in a very detailed manner, and I would be able to help my members, NAFLA youth members, more than the earlier. Thank you so much for providing this opportunity.
Thank you to you, Indunia, especially for sharing your experiences, because you are probably only one in this room or in this training that is actually conducting and delivering the AFLA Youth curriculum, and you have created AFLA Youth clubs, so that is very nice. And again, it's very nice for us. Maybe we know the theoretical part and we know how it's supposed to do, but you are in the field and your experience is very valued because you are giving us the feedback, and that is what we are asking as well. So thank you for that very, very, very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, when you have present your sessions, Ardita mentioned one word, and that is all about, and the word is guiding. We are guiding our participants how to do something, and the idea of these sessions is what you should do as trainers, facilitators, coaches, mentors, what you should do or how you can help to the participants. So what do you think? What is the Salome, you have raised the hand. You want to share something, or?
Yes, I just wanted to mention that the book, the whole book of this, yesterday me and Salome Gardava, we were talking about it, that it's very comfortable. And why? There is written everything very in a concrete way, so you have to just read and conduct it. So I just wanted to mention that it's very, very concrete and very comfortable for the coach or for the facilitator or trainer. So I wanted to say that. Thank you.
For everyone who is following the steps as are given in the manual or in the sessions, everything will go like smoothly because we are trying to incorporate all your feedback. And AFLA Youth curriculum is the most recent curriculum of the Aflaton in general from all the curriculums. Now we are reviewing the Aflatun curriculum, the core curriculum of the Aflaton, and also trying to implement every suggestion that you are giving to us. So this feedback is very important for us, and that's why we were the general idea of Aflatun is to provide with a quality curriculum. So that is the main topic. Okay, let's go back and just shortly see about the part with the coaching part. So in general, when you are leading those sessions, and especially in this part, your role will be like to help participants. You will be like a guide to them, and you will support them in their journey. One of the roles that is very important for the facilitator is to somehow to keep and to review notes. So to keep a track for everything that is done and to see the progress and to see how the work is going. But also if you see your students there or your participants, how they are going, what is the difference from, for example, from time to time. and there will be a lot of interaction with you, your partners, your participants as well, and somehow always keeping notes will help you to document and to demonstrate their progress as well. You probably have seen this. This is almost in at least 3 times it is repeated in our training. So what should a coach do in general? What is the idea of the coach? You will need to act as a guide and resource for the youth. You need to give a consistent and reliable support to the youth that you are working with. The feedback is very important, but that feedback should be, for sure, is helpful, but also should be very constructive in order to help them in this journey. Especially your role as a coach should be like to have the role of the role model of the youth, so they can rely to you to help them to build confidence and independence. So that is very, very important, because as when you empower them with those 2 skills and two feelings, maybe to say, they can do a lot of things and done a lot of changes. And accept and relate to youth and respect their choices. You need to respect whatever they decide, even if they differ from your own maybe sometimes ideas or choices that you have. So far, we didn't have the chance to introduce you other methods that we used, or how we are trying to get your attention on maybe your feedback for something concrete. But now I will share one of the examples how we are doing that. And we have this activity called Vote with Your Feet. In Balkan area, I know for Albania, Serbia, Macedonia, we are using the word barometer. And that is when you want to ask the group for something that is in your interest, and you want to get the opinion of them or their position. Where are they? What they want to do? You can do it in in a minute. You can state one statement, for example, and to ask participants if they agree or disagree. When we are doing this exercise in the face-to-face training, or even teachers when they are doing in the classroom, it is very easy to conduct this activity. So usually in the one end of the room, you will put one side that is written agree, and in the opposite part of the room, you will put the sign disagree. And then you will have one statement, for example, I love flowers. And everyone from the group or from the children in the room, in the class, will move with their feet, that is called vote with your feet, to one part of the room. And if they agree, they will go near to the part agree. If they don't agree, they will go to the opposite way. And in the middle, you have people who are just not sure, agree or disagree. They are not sure about do they like, for example, the flowers. So this method is very often used through our all curriculums, especially when you want to get the position to see what are the children thinking about something. And now we will do a short exercise regarding to this method as well. I will share the screen and I will ask for, I will read some statements. And you, because this is not a room and I'm not gonna make you to stand up and to go to one corner of your room. So we will use reactions. Probably you know that where you can find reaction in the Zoom part. So if you go to the reaction, you can put, for example, thumbs up, this sign, if you agree with the statement that I'm going to read. Or you can do the thumb down if you don't agree with the statement. Can you try this? Yeah. Everyone thumbs up when, okay. And let's decide maybe if you are not sure about this statement, maybe you can put 2 hands like this, like not sure what to say about. So with this method, I can get your feedback without saying a word. So for all of you, I will see if you agree or not, or you disagree. Okay, again, I'm going to repeat the instructions. So this one is for agree. Thumbs down is disagree. And then this is like not sure, I'm somewhere in the middle. Okay. Okay, but even so, you can do it like this or this or this. It's not necessary to put reactions if you cannot find the reactions. Okay, I have, I think, 4 or 5 statements. So I will read one by one and I will see your feedback. So the first statement is youth member has requested to meet alone in their house late in the evening. You are the coach. What do you think? Do you agree with this, disagree, or not sure? So youth member has requested to meet alone at their house late in the evening. We have a lot of disagrees. Okay. Let's see the next statement. Youth member has asked the coach to finish writing their CV. Somebody asks you, for example, to finish writing their CV. May I see your reactions? We have most thumbs up, someone is not sure. And for example, if when you are doing this and you have 2 options. The first option is just to see the position and then to continue, or you can open the discussion after every statement. Now, for example, let's try to open the discussion, and first you will ask maybe the 2 opposites, the 2 poles. So why do you agree with this statement? We had some few people that want to share. For example, maybe Maka, do you agree with the statement that you can help them to finish writing their CVs?
It depends what is meant under to write, to do all those things instead of the participant, or just to be a coach, to help something, consultations, and so on. If to do the CV instead of him or her, of course, I don't agree with that. But if he or she needs a bit more support, more instructions, more advices, and so on, definitely we have to be supportive.
Okay, so when you are working with this method, you will see that it's like suggested not to comment what our others are saying. So you are just explaining your position and you are not arguing with the other. So Maka has her opinion. She will set her opinion and that's it, no discussion after that. And then we will continue with Ardita. Ardita is in the same line with
Yes, I would not finish their CV, but I will say, okay, let's try to make it together. Let's try to do it together.
Thank you, Ardita.
So, this.
Okay, so the trainer now, the instruction is to go with the opposite. So why, and it will choose some of them, not everyone. So why you don't disagree? And from participants in this group who wasn't agree with that, so who disagree, can I see, for example, at least one, maybe Stefan? Stefan, can you share why do you disagree with the statement?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So I disagree because writing a CV is a valuable skill that the person should learn as early as possible. As they said, maybe some guidance is okay, but writing someone else's CV is not good for the person themselves. It will be one-time help, but they lose out a lot.
Thank you, Stefan. And someone who it was in the middle, not sure, who has like this hands. Do we have? Jamila, can you share with us? You are not in the opposite poles, you are somewhere in the middle.
Да, я изначально как бы засомневалась, что я не знала, как ответить. Но сейчас я подумала, что можно было бы переиграть это в позитив и сказать: о, хорошо, ты не умеешь это сам, но давай, это тебе очень важно, это для тебя будет как новый навык, который ты овладеешь, и, в общем, как-то так через этот перейти к тому, чтобы он сам был заинтересован, мотивирован написать его.
So she says maybe to play it in a way that to bring it into a positive note. So if he asks you to finish CV, you say, oh, so you are interested in this. Okay, so let's try to do it together, perhaps. So kind of as a facilitator, kind of try to play it into the positive note.
Great. Okay, so when you are using this method to receive the opinion of your participants, the good thing about this is that after hearing the different opinions from other people, so from the first part, the second part, and from the middle, the participants can move, so they are not fixed, so they can change the opinion. And if at the beginning you have agreed with this statement, and after you have heard some arguments, you can move to the other position. So that is why this method is very useful. And thank you for all of you who participated in this part, in terms of helping us to demonstrate how voting with the feet can be demonstrated in the training, online training as well. I have another statement, and we won't have a discussion for this. The coach has set a clear expectation with their youth members that they can call, text, or email them, but they will respond only during the normal hours. Okay. So I'm going to skip this part. There will be not discussion, but you are seeing, everyone, what is your position regarding to this statement. The last statement. The youth member has asked the coach for money, or the coach has offered their youth money. What do you think? Is it appropriate thing, not appropriate? Do you agree, disagree? We have some disagrees, something in the middle. We don't have agree. Okay. Do you have the idea how this method is working? Do you think that can be applied in your everyday work with the young people? You can do everything with this method. If you want to go somewhere with your even if you're with your children, so if you want to go somewhere to decide something, just ask their position. So agree, disagree, or yes or no. For example, want to do this? Okay, all the who want yes, the other go to no, and then have a discussion. Okay, we are ready with this part, with the first part. You will continue after the break with Marta. And now you will have a short break. Marta will decide how many minutes you will have for this time. But thank you for this part. And yeah, we will continue again later.
We'll take a photo maybe when we get back before we continue with the rest of the sessions, if that's okay.
Yes,
Marta?
definitely. Yes, definitely. We can start with the photo. It will be our energizer somehow. And we will have a break, 15 minutes break. Is enough?
Yeah, great.
Okay, great. We will start our session with the energizer called group photo. So together we will try to turn on our cameras to if it's possible, of course, to turn it on. Yes.
Marta, unfortunately, emails from people who are having a problem with the internet or having some issues. So we are with that. They have not with us.
Luan, can you please repeat, because I'm not sure if I
Yes,
I didn't have any
you
problems
hear
with
me now well?
maybe
No,
now. Yes.
I received some mails from the participants who having problem with the internet or having other issues. So that's why we are 23 people now. Probably
Okay.
someone is missing. And maybe if they are joining later, we will have a group picture later again.
Okay, so we can try to start just to make the first picture, and in the end we will do the second picture, because I'm not sure if we will be together later. So maybe now it's a good idea. Saida, are you ready? Okay, so
I'm gonna ask Nilufar to do it because my computer is also having an issue. But is everybody ready? Nilufar, are you ready?
yes.
Okay, we're gonna count on 3.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nilufar, let us know. Thumbs up. Another
Yes.
one, or is good? It's good?
Maybe
perfect.
one with Anna. With Anna, do we have Anna
Maybe
here?
Anna's sleeping. Is she
She's
awake?
sleeping. Yeah, she's
Now
not.
she's now eating, but we can do that.
Yeah. No. Please don't. Oh.
Okay. You guys ready? 1, 2, Mariam, 3. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Sorry, Anna, for interrupting you. Your
okay.
lunch. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so we have now the last part of our journey with AFLA youth manuals. As Luan said, the last part is connected mainly with coaching. So as you can see, now we will focus a little bit of the resource toolkit that we've got, and the element, as you can see that on the table of contents. This is the part that we will be talking about. The activities that we have in this manual are intended to assist facilitators and program coordinators in enhancing participants' learning experience in both, as Luan said, employability and entrepreneurship tracks of the AFLA youth curriculum. It consists of both activities and logistical and program design guidance. And the extension activities guide includes various exercises that will allow participants in either track to deepen their understanding and engage in all the process. The activities are well designed with the AFLA youth curriculum. You will see later how. These activities are a great opportunity to deliver a deeper into the topics that we have in all these 3 manuals and components, and go deep into the details. So how it works. If we want to go deeper in some cases and activities, we need to be prepared very well. We need to prepare ourselves, the teachers, facilitators, but of course we need to prepare our participants. And sometimes we need to prepare the budget or something more, because, for example, if we want to go to visit banks, to have any guests, we need to prepare ourselves a lot. In our groups, there will be another activity that we will have. So you will be assigned into 3 groups. I've created this type of groups. The name of the group is a book number and the session number you will see on the top. In each group, please go back to our books that we've got on the platform, book number 1 or book number 2 or book number 3, and then please go take this this manual, toolkit manual, together and try to read it this way. Please find the activities where an expert or some guests will come to the class, and what do you think you will need to do to prepare and organize to make sure that this guest will be assigned to this this session and it will go well. So now please try to go one more time to these books. So first group will go to the book number 1, the second to book number 2, and the sessions. And please go one more time to this part of the fourth manual and try to make it like find activities in which you can have the guest and how to organize it. I will share my screen where you can find all these books one more time. So please go to the Aflaton platform and to resources, and you will have all these books, and you can search for a group that you need. And please go to our new resource that we have, the toolkit that we've got in day number 5, and try to search for that. Do you have any questions? Is it clear what to do? Okay, if we don't have any questions, I will create the groups.
Already created, so don't just...
I will create because every group, yes, they are created 3 groups, and I put the name to each of group with the book. So please look at the name of the book and the session that are assigned to you. Okay, so yes, thank you, Bushra. I would like to ask you to do our exercise in this way. Just please have a small review of the session, what is about this session, and please try tell us where in this session you can have the guests, where you would like to put them, and how to prepare yourself and the participants and the guests to have him in this session. So which group would like to present their work? Who would like to present? I could start for group number 1.
Go ahead, Nilüfer.
Yes.
So, group number 1, they did the session about the change makers. So they went through the session, and there's a section of who are the change makers. So it would be the perfect place to put to invite a guest speaker. And for instance, in the class, the facilitator could give some examples or collect some examples of those change makers from the students, and then invite a real life example, a person, and that person can tell what inspires him, what motivates him, what helps his development, what helps him to improve. And it would be very, very interesting to participants to know who he was before he became a change maker, and how did he end up to end up becoming who he is at the moment. And to organize this, the facilitator would have to go to his network, like who he knows in this particular theme, then contact the person, negotiate on the date that is comfortable to every party, and then negotiate on the message that will be delivered by the speaker and go through their presentation to make sure that everything is relevant, and then conduct an online or offline. So if it's an offline, obviously when the guest speaker arrives, we need to introduce him. Then there comes the speech. We organize a question and answer session. And in the end, we maybe ask the speaker to leave their contact information so that the participants can have an opportunity to get in contact with the person. Then in the end, also perhaps give a chance to send a presentation of the speaker to the students, and of course send a thank you letter and feedback to the speaker respectively. And also it would be a nice thing to ask the speaker if he or she has time to stay for a little bit longer to have this informal conversation with the participants, maybe take pictures like we did, and then have some coffee or some sweets together. So yeah. Also would be nice to ask the speaker to bring maybe small gifts or souvenirs for the participants, because it will make it more memorable for them. Yeah, I think I covered everything.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Another group who would like to present? Natalia, yes, you are just, no, you don't raise your hand. Okay. So who would like to present next? Maybe the second group.
Is second group the book 2, section 6?
Yes.
I mean, I can try. I'm not really sure, but let me turn on my camera.
Okay.
So in our section, there is literally a part called, let me make sure, internship guest speaker. So it's a perfect part to introduce the guest to the session. And it mostly talks about what previous groups said. So it states that stuff like getting him ready, the guest, telling him precise timing, what he should prepare, what materials to use, and it goes into specifics like what exactly he needs. Like he should know the benefits, the pay, basically he should have all information and be ready to present it. And I don't know whether we should have discussed in the group. We didn't discuss this, so maybe someone else wants to say something. Or not.
Or not. Okay. So thank you for the presentation, Stefan. So maybe the third group, can you present your exercise, your session that you've got?
Okay, so I'm going for our group. So we had, our topic was in book number 3, solving problems and spotting opportunities. And then we had to go, so one of the sections that we thought that would be good to think about a guest speaker was the optional guest speaker. Actually, it was a bit helpful for us because the topic was clear. And there were some main points where we have to think about a topic as a group. So how to solve the problems that we might have in the business or in whatever initiative that we have taken. And once we decide about the speaker, what would be the advice that the speaker can provide, and how did he solve his problems in the past? So how that can help. And then participants ask questions and we reflect after he leaves. So this is on the book 3 But then to extend the activity, we were helped by the book number 4 with the extension activities, which nominate especially some points. So the first thing is to be clear about the topic that we would like the speaker to talk about that, and the speaker has to be an expert. That would be ideally. And after that, we somehow dedicate or decide some likely speakers. And after we decide whom we're going to contact, we contact them through letters, emails, or calls.
So this is prior.
Yes, and then it's very important to assess the answers of the guest speaker, if they're correct, if they know the field, or to know about a bit more about them beforehand. And once we decide to take one person, we have also to contact the other persons that we are not taking as guest speakers and try to be polite to responses with them and be kind as well. So mostly this is, and after, but on the other hand, with the group, we have to plan very well. We have to know all the participants when the guest speaker has to arrive, and they should know about the topic that they're going to discuss and to be prepared with questions. And after the guest speaker lectures his presentation, afterwards we reflect on what we learned and if that was helpful or not. So basically, this is what.
Okay, thank you very much. As you can see in this part, we really can go very deep in every part of our sessions. So in the extension manual, you can see how to prepare yourself, for example, how to prepare the meeting with an expert or with someone who can be someone who's an example of change maker in our community. What is very important, we have in this manual the whole preparation process shown. For example, we have the guidance for the elaboration on business plan development through an all-day business boost. So where you have a guest, an expert to help the participants go through the working stations. You can go together with our participants to the bank and ask someone from the bank to show how everything works, what the bank is working on. So this can be coupled with some event that you've got, for example, youth exchange or youth participation event, or you can organize it like by yourself, like one day or one lesson during the school. So you can see in this manual some exercises which are range between half a day or a full day's events and can be adapted based on your group circumstances and the time that you have and is available for you and for them. To ensure that these activities run smoothly, as a set of guidelines has also been included that advice on how to invite these guest speakers and how to carry out presentation events. We hope that these activities provide a fulfilling experience for both of you as facilitators and the participants, and maybe for the people who will come to your events. What kind of tips probably you can have for people if you would like to have these extensional events? How to prepare yourself? Do you have any tips from your perspective, from your experience? You said before, we need to be prepared and have a plan for all this day. Is something more that we can do before? Yes, Natasha.
Yeah.
Yes, please, Natasha.
Кто сейчас говорит?
Наташа,
давайте, продолжайте.
Да, то, что мы поняли из небольшой нашей практики, что очень важно реально знать спикера, потому что иногда вроде бы рекомендованный человек, вроде бы классный специалист, но приходит и когда выдает что-то, что уже не хочется никогда приглашать таких людей.
She says that it's very important. It was said before, but it's very important to know the speaker well, because sometimes there are very recommended, very high quality experts, but when they actually come and give the presentation, it turns out to be not so good. So it's very important to know who is coming.
Yes. Induni?
Yeah, I believe that inviting a guest speaker and having a session, we have to have much pre-planning. We have to inform both ends the aim of the session and what should be included. We have to inform it to the guest speaker as well as our audience, because if not, it won't go smoothly and be a successful one. So it is the moderator or the mediator has the responsibility to inform both ends and make aware and make them ready. So by this session, I think it has given a very clear picture for a coach to how to arrange this kind of a session, how to have a pre-plan, and how to have the layout properly. So it is very useful and necessary to have this kind of preparation for this guest speaker sessions.
Yes, thank you, Induni. Yes, I can really be with you in this tip. And of course, we need not only to prepare our guests, but always we need to prepare our participants too, because they need to know what can they take from this guest speaker. So probably we need to have a preparation for them, and we need to give them the time to prepare enough for example, for questions that they can have during this type of meeting. So they need to be prepared well too. Okay, what's more? Yes, someone can say. As you said, it's good to prepare, for example, some kind of souvenirs or things that you can get after such a meeting. So it's a good idea to create a small budget of this event. So this is some kind of event that we have. So to prepare yourself with a budgeting process,
and sometimes we can organize like a get together rather than having a formal guest speaker session. We can have a very friendly environment by organizing a party or something like get together and be with the speaker and do some games with them. And so likewise, I think we can create a very friendly atmosphere with the guest speaker and the participants, then that the barrier between them would be very shortened, and both ends will freely explain their ideas or gather the idea, and communication will be very smooth. So I think in that way it would be very fruitful rather than having a call and having a presentation, like rather than that, like a workshop. If it is based on activities, then it would be go very smoothly.
Yes, definitely. Participants can even feel not confident to be on such a meeting with such a person. So the atmosphere that you've mentioned, to create an open atmosphere, to show them they can participate somehow, it's very important, because sometimes they are just scared even to have questions during such a meetings. So the atmosphere and the preparation should be very well done. Okay, do you have any tips more that you've got? Definitely, it's very good to have all these instructions that for participants and for this our guests, the whole instructions which will be connected with the event should be shown to all of them and to be known. Okay, dear participants, so I wish you to have this manual, like very, I'm really happy that you have got a chance to know it. What do you think about this manual from these days' perspective? Is it useful for you or it's not? What do you think?
It is very useful, at least for us.
Mm-hmm. When can you use it?
In every kind of training that we can deliver on Aflatone and other moments.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Svetlana, you've raised your hand. Svetlana? No? Okay. Okay, so this is the last part of our meeting. So I wanted to just add that some of you didn't have your pre-serving test filled. So we will send you this pre-post survey here in this chat. Is it possible, Saida, for you to do that? So
one sec. Yep.
Okay.
Of course.
So these person who didn't do that, please have some time to make it and to fill it. And later on the chat, we will send you the last part of our meeting, the survey, what you've done these 5 days, what you've learned about. So please give us a chance to know if our goal was fulfilled or not, on what kind of level we achieved. And later we will send you the third link, as you can see, the link which is called Satisfaction Participant Feedback Survey. This is the survey that it will be not so long, but it will be very important for us. What can we improve in new trainings? What can we do better? And after that, we will close our meeting. So have some time to put everything.
Okay, so as Marta said, if you remember, the first day we did the pre-training survey. We only have 15 answers, so those who did not fill it out, please do so. The link is shared in the chat. Second one is post-training survey, and it is after the training. So the difference is for us to see and compare, what have you known before the start of the training? What did you gain after the training or throughout the training? So we can compare and contrast what was the benefit or what was the most advantage of this training for the participants. And then finally, as Marta already mentioned, satisfaction survey. So first, please do these two, and then probably in 10-15 minutes, we can share the satisfaction survey, which should be super quick. If any questions, please let us know.
And then we will close our meeting. Yeah.
But before that, we will ask you something regarding to the follow-up session. But let me discuss this part later as soon as you finish.
Thank you, Natalia. It was a pleasure to meet you and see you maybe someday, online or offline.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marta. Thank you very much, Luan. Thank you very much, Saida, and all participants. Thank you very much for this day. I hope we'll see you offline.
Thank you.
Marta,
Yes.
maybe before everybody starts leaving, do you want to ask them about the follow-up meeting?
Yes, because Natalia wrote on the chat information. I just, so I wanted to wait a bit more just to summarize what we have done during this 5 days. So during these 5 days we had a 5-day journey. For me it was a journey to the whole world journey, but we had the chance to know the Aflaton partner platform. For some of you, it was the first time to use it, this type of tool that Aflaton has. So it's very good that you had a chance to see how it works, because Aflaton use it very often during all these trainings. So during the first day, we had this part of orientation process, and we had a chance to introduce ourselves and try to think about the idea of learner-centered facilitation process, which is a key for Aflaton program. We were talking about feedback, formative assessments, and then we decided to show you all these books step by step. First day, the book number 1, which was connected with social and financial skills, and then after that we were just talking about the choosing a track, which type of track our participants can have: employability track or entrepreneurship track. That's why we had this second and third book presented on the other days. We were just talking about gender equity in the workplace, in our in a school place too, how it can affect us and our participants during Aflaton program. And we have a great meeting with Luan about creating a pitching and business plan, and we know what kind of plans do you have with businesses. And I'm so happy that you have such a great experience with creating small businesses. For us, it's a very interesting to hear that. Today we had this great discussion about coaching and this type of activities, extension activities that we can go deeper to in our manuals. From my perspective, it was a great experience to meet all of you from all over the world and to hear about your huge experience that you've got. So thank you very much that you were able to share with us all your things that you are doing. For us, it's so great to have such group. Just, it's a perfect group to work with. So thank you very much from my perspective, and I wish to meet you all somewhere on the meetings. Probably Luan will say something more. Technically, I will add something more, but maybe Luan, from your side, what you would like to add?
Regarding our seeing, probably we can arrange a meeting, like a short meeting. Usually we do a follow-up meeting session when we are reviewing everything that we have done so far. But after a few days, maybe you will raise any question. You will have something to ask us, maybe. So it is always good after a week or two to have this meeting. And for those who can't attend to this meeting, it's not mandatory meeting. So just to give a feedback to each other, and if you have any question. Till that meeting, we will prepare our certification according to the rules that are in the Aflaton. So Saida will take care of that as well. But in general, at that meeting, one part will be sharing experiences and giving feedback and repeating something that is important for you, and then to do the certification, to give you the certificate for this training. That is everything from our side. Just tell us about the time. But do you think, if you want to have this follow-up session, at what time of the day, or maybe to agree about the week when we want to have this meeting? So we were suggesting 22nd next week, in fact in 2 weeks, or maybe next week if you want to have this meeting. So just you feel free to share with us, especially that we are knowing that the summer is coming and some of us will be somewhere in the beaches that time. So yeah.
So maybe it's a good idea to share this information on the feed when we will decide which day it will be the most appropriate. We can share on the feed on our platform. So maybe 22nd is okay for you. 22nd at, I don't know, at 9 or 10.
And it will be like a 1 hour session. It's not going to take too long. 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. It depends for your question, but in general, it's a very short session. And till then, you will have opportunity and chance to complete everything that you have already started but not completed yet, especially the pre-assignment and the task that you have in the platform. So it is important not only to go through the platform, but also at the part when it is marked. There is a part that you need to mark that's complete. So only in that way we will see that you're progressing when you are conducting the task. And in upcoming period from today till the next, I don't know, the meeting, me and Marta will be available, as Saida as well, for any question on any clarification that you need. So feel free to contact us in the activity feed in the platform. Maybe that is the most appropriate way, but also you can send us a mail, so we will try to answer if we know the answers.
I created a poll. You can respond. It's super quick. Can everybody see it? Okay. It's just to see, then we can also know, like we're asking if you wanted to have a follow-up session. It's just for you. It's not mandatory. As Luan said, it's something optional, but it's for you to come back again to go through the information. We will provide you the recordings as well, so you can go through that. You can go through the materials. And if you have questions, doubts, you want to further know more about specific part of it, then you can come to this follow-up session and ask all your questions from your fellow participants, your peers, from the trainers. I'll be there as well to answer those doubts or questions you might have regarding this training we went through this whole week. Okay. So far we have 9 people saying yes, we want to have the follow-up session. The time is half and half, 50-50, either from 9 to 11 or from 10 to 12. Or other time, I guess.
And the date is 22nd, huh?
22nd, correct. Yeah, so-
Saida, we would love to be there, but this is why we're not writing or saying anything, because we might be in a training throughout the day, so it might be really difficult to be part of during the day.
Yeah, do you have any other days that you can suggest? Like, how is the day for everybody? 22nd. Seems like it works for a lot of people. So
we wouldn't like to change it since it's many who agree on that, and probably we can see the recording if we are not able to attend.
What do we think? It's up to you guys. You guys decide, and the trainers.
We are open for the date, of course.
Yeah.
But of course, we can even use our platform if you have more questions during this time.
Yes.
Please share everything that you are just thinking of. So.
Yeah, we will take that advantage, of course, either sending emails or using the platform.
Okay. Sounds good. Then we can perhaps stick with the 22nd. 2 people are maybe, 9 people are saying yes. We can also record that session and share with you the recordings of that follow-up session as well. And then that would be the day when we distribute all the certificates. So as Marta and Luan said from the beginning of the training, for you to be able to get the certificate of participation and completion, you have to attend at least 4 days of live sessions and do all of the homework. So again, these 2 weeks would be for you a chance to go through all the materials and complete whatever part you were missing, you haven't had the time because of different responsibilities you have this week outside of the training, and you can do it during these 2 weeks as well.
And
Okay.
also, everything that has been recorded so far, I think Nilüfer has already uploaded in the activity feed, so you can find there the recording. So if you have missed something and you want to go back, please feel free. Go ahead.
Okay, then here's the thing. It's decided we would have the follow-up session since the majority voted yes. The time, however, is 50-50%. So 9 to 11 or 10 to 12. Which one do you think is preferable?
10 to 11, then it's like for joint for all of them.
10 to 11, 10 to 12. Maximum, yeah, it usually lasts for an hour, but we gave the max 2 hours, but it usually ends a bit early. It depending on your questions and concerns. Okay, then 10 to 12, max. We all good? Perfect. Okay, Rox, then any last minute additions, comments, feedback from anybody, from the trainers, participants, Nilüfer? Our honored interpreter. Go ahead.
We would like to thank you once again, everyone, for being in the group, and especially the trainers and Saida and Nilüfer. So a special thank you.
It's been wonderful.
Very well.
It's amazing how you are converting the physical trainings into very efficient online trainings. It's a real challenge. So, yeah.
Now, kudos to our trainers. I'm just on the, behind the screen type of person, but most of the job is being done by wonderful trainers and Nilüfer, who's 24/7 interpreting on the other end as well. So thank you. Thank you.
Nilüfer is unbelievable.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed. Светлана, вы что-то хотели сказать?
Дорогая Саида, хочу поблагодарить всю вашу команду за организацию такого чудесного тренинга. Особенно хочу сказать, что такие вы молодцы, что все 4 книги вы смогли уместить в эти 5 дней и в таком объеме, и так легко все, и профессионально. Огромная вам благодарность. Особо хочу еще выразить благодарность нашему переводчику, замечательной девушке Нилüfer, которая уникально вообще делает этот перевод, коммуникацию. А самое интересное, она еще может за нас выступить, если мы ее попросим. Вот, поэтому прекрасные люди, прекрасные общественные организации, прекрасные специалисты. Всем нам мира, благополучия и, конечно же, саморазвития. Благодарю вас.
Спасибо, Светлана. So she's Thanking everybody, the trainers, all the wonderful participants, and especially Nilufar for all the trainings, for all the interpretations she's been providing. And she's amazed how we were able to fit in all the 4 books into 5-day training sessions. And she wants peace and happiness all around the world, especially with Islam. I just congested the translation into a summary of it. Anything else from the participants or the trainers? If not, then I think we won't hold you here. Just one last.
May I?
Please, go ahead.
Yes, one last, please, just for a couple of seconds, please. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude because the whole 5 days were like amazing for me. Firstly, I have to thank you that I'm in love, totally in love with Schoolbank's program. And when I'm conducting those trainings, I'm very happy as well as my students are. Basically, it's TOT. Thank you for these 5 sessions. And one small question regarding the translation. As far as I can see, they are in 2 languages, these books. It's Russian and in English. And are you considering to translate those books, those materials into another languages? Of course, surely I'm asking about Georgian as I'm from Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. Trainers also can come in. However, in Aflatun, we have 6 main languages, if I'm not mistaken. So we translate, we provide our curricula in these major languages, which are Russian, English, Spanish, Arabic, and French, 5, I guess. So 5 main languages. Other languages, it's up to we don't specifically, let's say, Aflatun translates per country language. If we have, for example, in Georgia, we have three partners in the country. There has been situations, we have, for example, Atinati, they translated, we have some representatives from the organization here, they can come in and add more to it, but they took the curriculum and they translated into Georgian on their own. So we have partners who take the lead on the translation of these curricula if there's a demand in the region or in the place that they're in. So it's up to them, when it comes to these additional languages, it's up to the partners that we have in the country. If we have, for example, the perks of having a couple of partners on the ground, you can collaborate, you can come together, work on the translation of this curriculum as a team if the demand is high. So this one, Aflatun doesn't take the lead per se, but we can come in if there's help, I don't know, because we don't have, like in the team, we don't have somebody. Right now, we do have the regional coordinator who speaks Georgia, so perhaps you could be of help, I don't know, in some sections of it, or if in seeing how you did the translation and all. But these are done from the side of the partners most of the time. And if they're okay with sharing, then we would share with the rest of the other partners who are interested in having access to different curriculum in different languages. I hope that I answered your question, Mariam. And yeah, we have like—
Thank you so very much.
Yep. Like Ukrainian, our partners have taken Aflatot, also they translated into the Ukrainian, some parts of Aflatin also you can find in Georgian. So we do have some translated curriculum already in Georgian because thanks to the partners we already have in the country. But I don't think Afla Youth has started with the translation in Georgia. That I'm not sure. Marka, please come in.
I said that Aflatun and Aflatot is translated in Georgian. Aflatun by as an organization, and Atinati translated Aflatot. So you can share it.
Aflatot is amazing. I've seen the hard copy. Rusudan, she sent me 2 copies, hard copies from Georgia. So we have a copy in the Netherlands, and it looks amazing. It looks great.
And I have one question about the completion of the course. I searched this our site, and there is under our status new training percentage of completion, and we should deliver any documents we complete, or just to click and mark that we completed, it's enough, or can you clear this thing for us, please? For me, maybe.
Okay, перевод есть у вас сейчас. Yes, so for this one, you don't need to, trainers can come in as well, But to my knowledge, you don't need to deliver any specific documents or assignment per se. The point of the completion rate is for us to see the percentage, right? Like, have you been through all of the sessions? Have you been through all of the materials? Did you review it? Basically, did you complete what was required of you? That's basically it. Luan or Marta, you can come in as well.
Nothing to add. That is completely. So just mark as complete whenever you read that part, for example, and that is it. So and in the platform, we can see what is your progress and what is the percentage of completion.
Yeah. Basic, it's very simple. We know, we've seen how hard you worked throughout all these group works and assignments and exercises. So the online platform one is just for you to shuffle through or to briefly review it if you haven't done so already in your group work, and mark it as complete as you go through it. That's about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, Salome, I think she already left. Yeah, she's here. If not, my tremendous thank you to all of you. This is indeed one of the successful trainings we've ever led. Lots of participants, super active, very dedicated, lots of questions coming, which indeed shows your enthusiasm, your interest in the course, and your spirit on going on the ground and implementing it among the youth you work with. I'm sure you have a lot coming and you will contribute to the progress and the strength and the growth of all the youth in your communities. Just then, what we have coming up then, we have a follow-up session. Just remember it, we will send an email as well on the partner platform. 22nd then, which would be Thursday, from 10 to 12 maximum, but it shouldn't last for 2 hours, maybe an hour. Certificates will be also delivered then. But for the certificates, please make sure, now we have the attendance list, but then we also need to match it up with the percentage of completion in the partner platform. So just to do that, when you review it, just mark it. So we actually see the percentage of completion. That's about it. Other than that, if you have any questions, any concerns, any experience you want to learn from when it comes to the implementation of the program, please let us know, either on the parking lot our dearest Marta created. If not, email always works. If I'm not knowledgeable, nor our trainers, I can connect you to the partners that we have across other 5 regions. They can also come and then share about their experiences on how they used AFLA Youth, where they implemented, was it good, was it not, what was the challenge, stuff like that. So we're at your service at any time that you need us. That would be from my side.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for everything.
Thanks a lot for everything.
Thank you, thank you. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Participants.
Lots of success to everyone.
Yes.
See you as well. Have a
Yes.
wonderful afternoon and the
See you
weekend.
next time.
See you.
Bye bye,
next
Maria.
time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
До свидания. Хорошего вам дня. Выходных.
До свидания.
До свидания.